To manifest successfully, you must understand the relationship between the subconscious and the conscious mind. The subconscious is responsible for creation, while the conscious mind is responsible for experience. The subconscious takes the feelings of the conscious mind as a template and manifests them into the physical world in the form of situations. The subconscious is the real you after death. The conscious mind is only the player character in the game of life. In Buddhism, this is called the false self. Your true self is your subconscious. You are the actor, the subconscious is the director and the scriptwriter. Some excellent actors, when they feel the script doesn't fit the role, will discuss with the director to change the storyline. The way the conscious and subconscious discuss to revise your life script is through feelings and emotions. Every night, as you fall asleep and enter dreams, these feelings are passed on to the subconscious. The subconscious faithfully revises your life script according to the feelings of the conscious mind. That is why, if you want to manifest successfully or rewrite your life story, you must understand the relationship between the subconscious and the conscious mind. Consciousness is the cause and the essence of the world. If we want to uncover the secret of creation, we must turn to consciousness itself. Consciousness is the only reality. It is divided into the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is the realm of results, the subconscious is the realm of cause. The conscious generates ideas and imprints them onto the subconscious. The subconscious accepts these ideas and brings them into form. Everything evolves from the conscious mind. When the conscious mind is moved, the subconscious manifests what has been impressed upon it. The subconscious itself does not create ideas. It simply accepts as real whatever the conscious mind feels to be real. The subconscious manifests through your thoughts and feelings. It contemplates a feeling as an inner fact and then externalizes it as reality. The process of creation begins with a thought, its operation is carried through by feeling, and it ends in action. No thought can make a deep impression on the subconscious until it is felt. But once it is felt, whether good or bad, it must be manifested. Feeling is the medium through which the subconscious is impressed. A person who cannot control their feelings can easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. That is why controlling your feelings is essential. Do not dwell on negative emotions. Do not focus on your flaws or the flaws of others. Doing so only impresses the subconscious with negativity, which will then be manifested into your reality. Anything you do not want others to do to you, do not imagine they have already done it. This is the law of manifestation. Every feeling impressed upon the subconscious will be expressed. Negative feelings will also appear, unless they are replaced and cancelled out by a stronger, opposite feeling. Be careful with your emotions and feelings, because there is a constant connection between your feelings and your world. The subconscious makes no choice. It is objective. It does not care if your feeling is true or false. You believe it to be real, the subconscious will take it as fact. Because of this quality of the subconscious, nothing is impossible. Whatever the human mind can conceive and truly feel to be real, the subconscious must externalize it. Your feelings become inner facts within the subconscious. And immediately, it begins to produce events in the outer world that resemble those feelings. To impress your subconscious, you must assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Focus on the end result itself. The method of how it comes about is not your concern. The conscious and the subconscious are actually one, but divided for the sake of creation. In the physical world, the conscious mind leads and directs the subconscious. When you assume the feeling of having already achieved your goal, the subconscious is compelled to create external conditions that reflect that assumed feeling. Your desire is not accepted by the subconscious until you feel it vividly in imagination. Only what is accepted by the subconscious will be manifested. Nothing in the outer world originates from outside. Everything comes from within, from your subconscious, your inner self. Every detail of your world is the objectification of your consciousness. And feeling is the key to manifestation. Sleep is the gateway to the subconscious. It is during sleep that humans enter the subconscious realm, imprinting the desired impressions. In this state, the conscious and subconscious minds merge as one. Sleep is the conscious mind's journey, departing from the sensory material world to seek the subconscious self. The subconscious faithfully mirrors the same image in the external world. Because it resides in the subconscious, on Earth, your subconscious will only shape your desires after you feel you have already achieved them. For a wish to manifest, it must be transformed into the feeling of already being or already possessing. What would that feeling be like when my wish comes true? You must fall asleep while consciously embodying who you wish to become, for your entire sleep will be governed by your final waking thought. The concept you hold in your mind the moment before falling asleep will enter your subconscious in that form. Therefore, never fall asleep in a state of negative emotions, frustration, anger, or dissatisfaction. For whether good or bad, your subconscious will manifest your beliefs. What you feel will resonate with it, and it will bring forth what resonates. Long, long ago, people already knew that sound could cause mechanical motion, yet no one considered the possibility of reverse conversion, that is, using mechanical motion to reproduce sound. Take the phonograph, for example. Just as electricity can be generated through friction, friction can also be produced by electricity. All transformations of force are indeed reversible. If thermal energy can produce mechanical motion, then mechanical motion can likewise produce thermal energy. If electricity can generate magnetism, then magnetism can also produce electric current. Cause and effect, energy and matter, action and reaction, all are the same. They can mutually transform one another. When you grasp what achieving your goal feels like, reverse engineer it. By awakening that state of fulfillment, you can work backward. Because the present and future are like two ends of a rope, pull one, and the other responds. That's reverse engineering. From the sensation of who you will become in the future, you effectively grasp the other end of the rope, the present. The other end will inevitably align with its corresponding counterpart, the future. When the time comes, it becomes a now. After your wish is fulfilled, a specific, distinctive feeling arises within you. Let this feeling work in reverse. Trace back to the other end, the future. For within the quantum field, all events exist in the same instant, the present. You've grasped the final frame of the same film reel. That last frame is the image of your wish fulfilled. When the time comes, the reel will advance to its final frame. The change is instantaneous, though its playback proceeds frame by frame. Yet your alteration skips the film instantly. While the frames play one by one frame per second, each frame may not belong to the same reel. Each reel is a parallel world. So every second of you may not be on the same reel. Each reel is a parallel world. Since all energy transformations can reverse direction, you should always assume and maintain the feeling that your wish has already been fulfilled. Awaken this sensation within your heart, you have already become the beautiful version of yourself you long to be. If you dare to assume your dream is real, then it must exist. What determines your leap into parallel worlds is your inner state, your vibrational frequency. If a physical reality can generate a psychological state, then a psychological state can also generate a physical reality. We're merely reverse engineering that future, better version of yourself into the present you. In other words, you must contemplate this very frame within the same roll of film, the present you. Not the version of you captured in this frame of your current film reel. Do you understand? Each film reel represents a parallel universe, and the frames within each reel are different versions of reality. Whatever you can imagine vividly and convincingly exists in higher dimensional space. You must reverse engineer it. Like tuning a frequency, feeling is the magnet that instantly propels you to another roll of film. Say you're the frame from May 3rd. But you're on roll A, your ideal version exists on roll H. When you shift in the moment, you're actually jumping to the May 3rd frame on roll H. The frame number remains identical, but the reel differs. This means we reverse visualize our ideal self from the present, transforming it into that version's same frame, anchoring it to the identical frame number on real age that matches its exact feeling. The difference in sensation defines the version difference. Once the feeling aligns, you jump film the same frame on a different roll. Then it plays frame by frame. When time is right, your desired image appears. That's manifestation success. In the quantum field, all time is now. When you visualize, you're actually tuning into the feeling to focus on your desired version of reality. Because identical sensations attract identical rolls of film. For instance, if effect A can be produced by cause B, then cause B can also be deduced backward from effect A. This is the reverse deduction method. The subconscious governs creation, while the conscious mind handles sensation. The conscious mind communicates with the subconscious through sensation. The conscious mind alone cannot accomplish anything, yet as the subconscious, it completes these tasks. All things originate from the subconscious and ultimately return to it. All creativity lies dormant within our depths. Consciousness imbues life with soul. The entire creative process is permeated by subjective consciousness. Thoughts and feelings fuse into belief. Eliminate all emotions, retaining only the vibe aligned with your desired outcome. For instance, if you envision a future where you are wealthy, healthy, and happy, yet cannot perceive it now, your senses will inevitably reject it. Ignore your senses. Focus solely on your imagination. Once your frequency aligns successfully, time will validate your vision as real. For you attract not merely what you desire, but immerse yourself wholly in your imagination, imbuing these processes with a sense of reality. When you see someone who frightens you, you tremble without realizing it. For instance, if you were abused by your father as a child. There was an internet celebrity who wrote on Facebook about being abused by her father when she was young. He beat her. She grew up and left home. Then, during the new year, she returned and saw her father. Her body actually started shaking. She said she wasn't a child anymore. But her body still remembers the childhood abuse and trembles involuntarily. She's independent now, supporting herself, she shouldn't fear her father anymore. Yet her body remembers the childhood abuse, so whenever her father appears, her body shakes. My point is, that trembling is a feeling. Why does it tremble? Because your body believes your imagination is real. That's why it reacts. It has already accepted your imagination as truth. That's why your body responds. To manifest successfully, your feelings should trigger physical reactions, like trembling uncontrollably when you see someone you fear. Because at that moment, your body perceives no difference between your imagination and reality. It believes it's real, hence the reaction. When your body is ready to accept your assumed state as reality, your consciousness will traverse parallel realities at that moment, leaping into the film reel that aligns with it. Intense emotions, typically uplifting ones like joy, happiness, excitement, or passion, are called uplifting emotions. These, along with physical reactions, mean your body is responding. You will feel it. Elevated emotions and physical reactions are calibrating the film reel aligned with your thoughts, synchronizing your consciousness to dock with that reel. Then consciousness leaps into that reel. Because all parallel worlds coexist simultaneously, overlapping entirely. If you can envision it vividly and tangibly, it will inevitably exist, just not in your current parallel world. We use ascension emotions and sensations like tuning a radio frequency, calibrating our wavelength. To dock our consciousness with the film reel version you desire, then leap into that version. Everything is illusory. Only the consciousness you are experiencing is real. All films are projected worlds that vanish once the performance ends. Just like a movie projection, once it plays, it disappears. I call the film a parallel world because every second of ours is a single frame. Your mood often shifts from one moment to the next. You absolutely jump films. Because emotion is vibrational frequency, or rather, our consciousness leaps into the corresponding film. As long as you dare to assume your dream is real, it absolutely exists. What determines which parallel reality you jump into is your inner state. Today's exercise is the most fundamental hands-on practice in manifestation, Neville Goddard's famous ladder climbing exercise. Neville Goddard said, "If you successfully imprint the image of climbing a ladder into your subconscious, you will inevitably encounter situations in the real world that prompt you to climb a ladder." This experiment reveals just how powerful your imagination truly is. This practice requires 3 days of dedicated effort. You can do this exercise before bed, continuing until you fall asleep, or begin it in that half-asleep state right after waking. Because the moments just after waking and before falling asleep at night are periods where the subconscious and conscious minds overlap. Each night before sleep, our conscious mind typically leaves the physical body to higher dimensions, alternate timelines, dreams, or to meet with the subconscious. Upon returning to the physical body, most of this is forgotten. When you first wake up, in that state between sleep and wakefulness, your conscious mind hasn't fully returned to your physical body yet. Therefore, your subconscious hasn't departed. As long as your subconscious is still present, the feelings you imagine and send your feelings to your subconscious. It receives them and helps manifest them for you. So, right after waking up when your subconscious hasn't left yet, and before you go to sleep at night, when you're preparing to enter the dream realm to meet your subconscious, these 2 periods are the best times to practice manifestation. First, find a quiet, undisturbed place. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position, then close your eyes. Imagine a ladder before you. Visualize this ladder in as much detail as possible. What material is it made of? Wood or iron? What surrounds the ladder? Engage all your senses in this visualization: sight, sound, smell, touch, to create a sense of a reality. Once you genuinely feel the scene you've imagined, you've successfully transmitted it to your subconscious. When your subconscious receives your sensations, it will manifest accordingly. Imagine climbing the ladder. Hold it with your left hand, then your right. Step up with your left foot, then your right. As you grip the ladder with your hands, feel its texture, the rough, uneven surface. What kind of steps do you take? Take a moment to smell the surroundings. What scents fill the air? Is it the smell of cleaning products? Or perhaps floral fragrance? Or the dusty scent of the house itself? Make the entire experience as vivid as possible. Visualize yourself in your mind climbing step by step. When you reach the top of the ladder, climb back down. Repeat this process over and over. Climb to the top of the ladder, then climb down. Climb up again, climb down again. Keep doing this until the image feels incredibly real. Once you sense that vividness, you can essentially stop. But to be safe, I recommend continuing until you fall asleep. Do this for 3 consecutive nights. During the day, take a piece of paper and write down, "I absolutely will not climb ladders." Post this note where you see it daily. At night, continue practicing climbing the ladder in your mind. Repeat this for 3 nights. Stay as focused on the second and third nights as you were on the first, imprinting this process deeply within you. After 3 days, forget this exercise. Tear off your "no ladder climbing" note and cease all thoughts related to climbing ladders. Visualizing ladder climbing is the most fundamental manifestation practice. During this exercise, your feelings are the key to manifestation, regardless of the experience you desire. First, consciously embrace it. If you can feel the sensation of climbing the ladder, it will manifest before you. It doesn't actually come from outside you, it originates from your own consciousness. Nothing truly comes from external sources, everything manifests from your inner awareness. This is the power of mental creativity, a tool to turn your deepest desires into reality. What's the purpose of writing "I absolutely will not climb ladders" on a note? Its function is to test whether your conscious or subconscious mind holds greater power. Because once you successfully transmit a message to your subconscious, it will manifest, even if your conscious mind resists. it will still materialize. The subconscious is more powerful than the conscious mind. If you visualize climbing a ladder at night, it leaves a deep impression on your subconscious. Then, during the day, even if your conscious mind recites the note, "I won't climb ladders," it won't affect what's already deeply imprinted in your subconscious. Anyone who earnestly conducts this experiment will find themselves climbing a ladder in some form within the next week. Many in Neville's audience accepted this challenge and were astonished to discover they genuinely encountered situations requiring ladder climbing. This is Neville Goddard's famous manifesting the ladder experiment. Neville Goddard believed that manifesting $1 million is no different from manifesting $10, because ultimately, both are simply money. Neville said, "Don't assume you can't manifest 1 million just because it's a large sum. Though 1 million is greater than $10, that doesn't suddenly make 1 million different. 1 million is still just money. The method of manifestation remains the same, only the intensity of focused intention differs." Neville firmly believes that if you can manifest $10, you can equally manifest 1 million. You can possess anything you desire, as long as you can vividly imagine it. And when it exists vividly in your mind, it inevitably exists. It merely resides in another time and space, not in your present world. Therefore, you must persistently imagine, continually tuning and calibrating to align yourself with that dimension. You can possess anything you desire, nothing is beyond your reach. If you deem manifesting 1 million implausible, it will never materialize. This is why belief is paramount. Why is climbing a ladder the most fundamental practice? Because you're merely ascending a ladder, not yet engaging with the collective consciousness. This three-dimensional world is created by collective consciousness. You are just one of its creators. Any creation involving the collective consciousness must gain approval from the majority of consciousnesses existing on another level within that collective. Only then can change occur. Manifesting 10 million might seem like a big number for you right now, and you might feel doubt. If you approach this manifestation exercise with doubt, it won't work. So start by practicing the basic ladder climbing technique. Once you've mastered it, apply it to other things like manifesting a Starbucks coffee, or something else that's not too difficult. After succeeding with those, gradually increase the challenge. Finally, apply it to what you truly wish to manifest. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss my next video. I'm Fong Lin. Thank you for watching. See you next time.